Hi, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us. Again, my name is Batul Sadiq. I am an image consultant and personal stylist, owner of BHS Image Consulting. I provide high-achieving professional women with support in building strong personal brands through their style, etiquette, and cultural coaching. I am thrilled to have James Wade joining us today. James, I have this great introduction for you, and I want to make sure I do justice.
Thank you. That's great.
To the work that you do. James is an accomplished leader in the art of communication and mentorship. And you and I both know the value of communication in building a strong personal brand and in building authentic relationships with those professionally and personally. James, you currently serve as the president of the Mark Our Words Toastmasters Club at Marquette University in Milwaukee and Vice President of Public Relations at Deerbrook Park Toastmasters in Illinois. Since 2020, James has been the lead coach for the Toastmasters Youth Leadership Program, where you, James, empower young people to develop their confidence, leadership, communication, and interpersonal skills, which is key at every stage, whether we are starting out or even when we consider ourselves seasoned professionals. Your work has helped the youth achieve remarkable milestones, starting businesses, acing job interviews, which is a big one, enhancing college applications, leading student organizations, and most importantly, which it really piqued my interest and spoke to me, was the finding your own voice and knowing how to communicate that in an authentic way, in a professional manner. So again, thank you so much for joining us, James. I'm excited for this conversation.
Me too. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So, for those of us that are not very familiar, would you be able to take a few moments to inform us as to what Toastmasters is and specifically the Youth Leadership Program?
Sure. Toastmasters is a local network of clubs around the world internationally in over 150 different countries. And the purpose of Toastmasters is to help professionals and anybody really work on their leadership and communication skills. There are clubs in almost any city, almost near any city in the United States. And the people in the clubs could be anybody, as I mentioned. It could be, I have people in my club who are accountants, scientists, entrepreneurs, people who want to work on their English language, and just anybody and everybody is very welcome in Toastmasters. And for me personally, it's really helped me to develop my communication leadership skills, my interpersonal skills. And as part of that, we work with youth. We work with a youth program. We call it the Youth Leadership Program, and this program is a volunteer part of Toastmasters. We try to teach the youth the same things that we're learning ourselves as Toastmasters, and as the very same things that you mentioned to help them to role play job interviews, anything related to college, help them with college applications, and all sorts of different things that they're working on that are really important skills for life and communication in general. The
And
story,
I love
I'm
that.
sorry.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
I just wanted to briefly say how I got involved in the youth leadership program. I remember the day clearly. I was in the car, my dad's car. I was in middle school or junior high, and my dad was talking to me and he said, "You know, son, I think you might benefit from working on your communication skills. I think you should go to the library, find a book, learn about it, and I think that would really help you." And I was in middle school. I had no idea really where the library was, basically, let alone trying to find this magical, mythical book that was supposed to help me with my communication skills. And I just had no idea what to do with it. And so nothing happened. I didn't find the book. I didn't. And this is the program that I wish would have been there for me when I was that age. The program that we've created, the Youth Leadership Program, we call it YLP for short. But this is the program I wish I would have had at that age. And Toastmasters is really the program I wish I would have had later in life as a young adult. And so these are the things that we do and why it's so passionate for me, why I'm so passionate about working with youth. And we've seen the changes. We've seen how youth go from when they first start in attendance. And then about 5 weeks into the program, we really start to see them blossom and open up and find their voice. We get to know who they are. They have more confidence. They have more projection in their voice. They're using the skills. And it really is a very impressive thing to see. It's like I feel like we're making a direct difference in the world, a direct impact on making the world a better place. And it's not just for the youth. I mean, I see improvement from people who are adults who come in and they also start maybe really shy, maybe really quiet, and then they also grow and they also develop and they find their voice. And I know that's definitely what happened to me when I joined as well.
That's excellent. So a couple of things that I got from that. One, your father had great insights and kind of bring you into the loop early on. Middle school can be a tough age for a lot of us. And so that insight of, hey, this is not just something we fall into. For many of us, the way we communicate is informed by our environments, our upbringing. We might label ourselves, right? Well, I'm not good at that. It doesn't come naturally to me. And it's something we just kind of fall into based on our experiences and the feedback we get in different environments. But to really take control of that narrative and say, hey, this is something I can work on. It's not that some people are good at it and some people are not, but it's something that definitely through the Toastmasters program or the youth leadership program, for example, I can learn the skills required to help me at any stage. So starting out young is great, obviously, but it doesn't mean that when we're older or we're in a professional setting that we're not able to find ways to improve, right?
Right, exactly. And I hear you saying that it is something that we can work on, we could change. It's not something we're stuck with if we've always been introverted or shy or not that very reserved, not expressive. We can definitely learn to change. And I have definitely seen it in the youth. Like I said, from that first week, maybe parents think, oh, my son or my daughter, they're just, that's just kind of who they are. But
Mm.
no, we see a huge change. Like that first week, they come in really scared, really shy, like I think all of us would come into a group like that. And
Yeah.
then through practice and they get the feedback, one of the coolest things they get out of it is like to be able to get feedback from a person their own age that says, hey, I really like this about your presentation. You really did a great job with this part of it. You can work on this part of it, but you also did really good on that. And it just to
Mhm.
get that really constructive feedback at such a young age, and then, yeah, we do see it with people who are older and regular, normal adults who've grown up and they still want to develop as well. And for me, that was my case where I came to it later in life. I wasn't a youth anymore. I hadn't found Toastmasters, even with my dad's best intentions. But
Yeah.
finally, I found Toastmasters. And with a program like that, I just got so much positive reinforcement, constructive feedback, and I started to feel a lot more comfortable talking with people, giving presentations, having conversations with strangers, asking or answering questions. And so for me, I could definitely attest to it's not just something for the young people.